It's crazy because I was in the midst of making the Knicks video. I was actually making the script while Julius Randle and the Knicks were playing. And in the second quarter, I think it was the second quarter, he sprains his ankle, which is upsetting. I was about to have a video that was very exciting, and I was speaking very, very highly of the Knicks. Shout out to you, Herb, because you did ask for this. I decided to make the video anyway. However, I decided not to rain on your guys' parade. You guys did start to look like y'all were on the up and up. Y'all were actually closing the season out on a very high note, and I don't want to put a cloud over that. I want to tell you about the 3 things that Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks need to do to be successful and to mitigate this time missed by Julius Randle. Now, before we get into this video, if you are new, go ahead and drop a sub for your boy. If you are not new, drop a like for your boy. Comment down below where you think the Knicks will be in the playoffs. What's their ceiling? What's their floor? Let me know below.
Three-pointer! Bang! Bang! He ties the game at the buzzer!
The first thing the Knicks need to do, and I think this one goes without question, we already know this was going to happen, you need to rely on Jalen Brunson. Allow him to carry you. Now, he was back in action Wednesday night after missing 2 games with a right hand injury, and before that, he was battling a bruised left foot, I believe, and it caused him to miss a couple of games. Now, similar to how things were when there was no Brunson and New York relied on Julius Randle, the inverse needs to happen, and now New York needs to rely on Brunson. Now, Brunson, he's shown that you can rely on him. He showed that last year when Luka went down. He showed it this year when Randle went down. Jalen Brunson has proven that he can do that. Give him the faith, give him the trust, and show him that you trust him to carry y'all to the promised land. Now, while the final few games of the regular season are important, the Knicks win over the Heat gave them a 4-game lead over Miami, and it's all but guaranteed that the team, they'll be able to avoid the play-in with the playoff berth. If that weren't the case, New York would be heavily relying on Brunson to carry the offensive workload, where he's averaging 23 points per game, which is second on the team to Julius Randle's 25 points per game. Now, one thing we all know about Tom Thibodeau, he likes to leave his guys out there. He doesn't care what point in the season. He don't care if they're winning or not. Go ask Derrick Rose's knees. Brunson, he's averaging close to 40 minutes over the next 5 games, and that would only hurt the team. The Knicks will have a break between the last regular season game on April 9th and the start of the playoffs, but Brunson does not need to be run into the dirt. Allow him to carry you, but limit the amount of time he's on the floor, especially at the end of the year, especially being that he's dealt with some injuries throughout the year. Now, luckily, New York is in a good enough position to not view the next 5 games as must win, and that benefits the team as a whole, especially Jalen Brunson.
Three-pointer! Bang! Bang! He ties the game at the buzzer!
I already told you guys at the start of this video, it's not just the Knicks that need to figure some things out, it's Tom Thibodeau that needs to figure some things out. And there's no denying that Tom Thibodeau is as stubborn as they come when it comes to NBA coaches. He's just one of them. However, he surprised me, and I'm sure he surprised Knicks fans, because I've been watching a lot of Knickerbocker basketball. Let me get that out the way now. I'm proud of myself for that, so let me just say that now. But he surprised me when he played Quickly, Grimes, RJ, Josh Hart, and Hartenstein for the entirety of the 4th quarter. Brunson started to come in, but I saw he go back to the bench because you could tell Thibodeau changed his mind, and it makes sense. This team had amazing ball movement. It was beautiful to see. They had scores top to bottom. Hartenstein can do what you need him to do in the post. Barrett, he is a jack of all trades sometimes when he decides to show up. Quickly has come into his own this year. Grimes is shooting the lights out the ball, and Josh Hart is always a formidable guy on the offensive end, whether you need him to facilitate or score. Like I said, the ball movement of the lineup was beautiful, but to match that, the quickness and having 3 defensive masterminds in Grimes, Hart, and IQ on the court, it was beautiful. New York was able to hold Miami to just 16 points with this lineup in the 4th quarter. With no Randle for the foreseeable future, will Thibodeau continue to roll with this lineup to close out games? Because I think that's what needs to happen, because this team is very good. This lineup is very, very good. It's well-rounded, and each player works very well together. If Thibodeau was wise, and he's shown that he can be, and he's shown that he can listen sometimes, he would continue to give that lineup some run together to close out the season so they can get a little bit used to each other. And it's one that I don't think they've shared the floor together prior to this Wednesday. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't watch that much Knicks basketball, but if you're a Knicks fan, let me know in the comments below. I'm willing to bet that lineup hasn't seen the floor at all this year till Wednesday. Now, knowing Tibbs, knowing your coach, he probably gonna go in the opposite direction. But again, this video is positive, uplifting, you know. So let's hope Thibodeau continues to put this lineup out there for you guys to see. Knicks fans need hope, especially with Randle hurt. And you know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You held a team to 16 points in the fourth quarter. What does it hurt to see what they do in the next couple string of games when you've already clinched a playoff berth?
Three-pointer, bang, bang, he ties the game at the buzzer.
Last but not least, and this one surprised me myself. I was trying to think of a third thing that they needed to do, and this is a guy that has fought the NBA 2K allegations all year for me. First, it was Aaron Gordon, but Aaron Gordon has proven to be a formidable NBA basketball player. Obi Toppin has been his successor. And I will say, Obi has gotten better since he came into the league, and with Randle gone, as much as I hate to say it, this is his opportunity to show what he can really do, to show his potential. Obviously, there's nothing good about Julius getting hurt, but at least fans can look forward to seeing more Obi. Maybe, I don't know if you want to look forward to that. I personally don't, but if you're a fan, maybe you do. He's even dealt with a couple injuries himself this season, but with Randle sideline, it's his time to really put on. He's going to be eligible to sign an extension this summer, which obviously went under the radar because he didn't really seem like a guy that was going to be extended by the Knicks, even when they first drafted him, in my opinion. And it seems far likelier that this is probably his final stretch of games as a Knick, but hopefully he could turn some heads and he could possibly either get signed or even go to another team that can use him in a very good way. Now's the time for Thibodeau to not only let him play in this last stretch of games, but use him properly. Don't have him in the corner the way you have him in the corner usually when Randle is playing. Have him doing the things Randle does with the pick and roll. Allow him to space the floor. Yes, he can hit a three here and there, but allow him to get in pick and rolls, roll to the basket, and get in the air. Do what he does best, and that's jump over people. Toppin's averaging just under 3 rebounds per game in comparison to Randle's 10, and honestly, it would be nice to see him make a more impact on the boards to make up for Randle's absence as well. That's going to be tough to do because when you only average 2.8, there's a reason you only average 2.8. However, he has the verticality and the leaping ability to do it. The Knicks are going to need it. Knicks fans want to see Obi be great, and now's the perfect chance for him to do that. Hopefully, the Knicks can make some noise, shake the Knicks curse bug from the 1985 draft lottery, make a couple surprises in the East so that Boston can make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. But that's all I got for you guys in this video. If you are a Knicks fan and you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Y'all see the Knicks colors. I even got the Knicks orange on. But until next time, it's your boy TV with the greatest hoop stories in the base on the tube. And as my shirt says, keep the good times alive. It don't say all that. It just say good times. I just came up with that myself. Off the dome. That's a domer. But anyway, I'm out. Peace.